Well, congratulations, we have a website. Problem is, it's not really the most attractive thing on the web right now. I mean, we have a picture, we have a title, we have text, we have links. It's all pretty related to each other. Problem is, if you notice, it's all in one single file line down the page. Now, most websites nowadays have some kind of grid system. Related items are either next to each other, or on the same row as each other, or on the same column as each other, and ours really just doesn't have that. Now, there's a few ways we can fix this. What I'm going to teach you involves the use of tables. Now, a table is basically just a grid of rows and columns. At the intersection of each row and column, there's a cell, and each cell contains information. It could be text, it could be pictures, it could be links, it could be pretty much anything, but each one has something separate. Now, yet again, KompoZer makes this fairly simple for us, as, yet again, they have a button for it. Simply go up to Table, and we want a 1x2 table. As you can see, inserts it here. Now all we have to do is fill stuff in. So, let's say we put the picture in the left one, cut and paste, and the text in the right one. Now, as you can see, we need to resize it a bit, but that's no problem. Just drag the box a little bit until you get it to how you want it to look. I'm happy with that, but it's still a little too long, so let's shorten it a little bit. And there we go. That's acceptable. Now, if you'll notice, there's a rather unattractive black and white border around it. We can get rid of that. Simply select the table, right-click, go to Table Cell Properties. Now, it'll take us to Properties for Cells, but we want Properties for Table. So, if you'll see in the Borders and Spacing subpanel, we have a border, a spacing, and a padding attribute. So, simply set all three of these to 0. Click Apply, and OK. Now you notice that the border is gone, and it's been replaced by this dotted red line. Now this really isn't any more attractive, but if you'll notice, save the document, and go to Browse, and this red line doesn't appear. Now, I'm fairly happy with that. However, the title, i.e. the name, looks a little too close to the picture. That's a pretty easy fix. All you do, go back to KompoZer. If you'll notice, whenever you select the table, little buttons appear with these little arrows. Now, don't click X, that will delete the column you're working in. Instead, click this, which will add one column to the left of it. Now, since we want to add a little bit of space, let's just put a little bit of space right here. Oh, that's probably a bit too much. No problem, just reshape it a bit. And that looks about right to me. Save it, browse, and I'm happy with that. Now, there's a few other things we can do to continue formatting the page. Really, I'm quite happy with this one, but the background is a little boring. So let's simply set a different background color. Now go up to these two boxes here. This top left one affects text color. This bottom one affects the background color. Since we want to change the background, click the square for it. Now, as you can see, you can pick pretty much any color of the rainbow. I'm personally a fan of orange. I know a lot of people aren't, but it's my website, so pick your own. Have a nice peachy orange color here. Save it. Browse. And it opens up. Now, let's say we want, we want a different color background behind the photo to help kind of frame it. Yet again, that's a pretty easy thing to do. Simply go back to KompoZer, select the table, right-click the cell we want to edit, go to Table Cell Properties again. This time we want to stay in cell. Now, if you'll notice, we can choose a background color for this cell. So let's say we want this to stand out a bit more. So let's choose a bit of a darker orange for it. Click Orange, click OK, click Apply, and you notice the cell behind the picture has been filled in with a bit darker of an orange. Save it, browse, and there you go. Now, this, I will admit, is not the most attractive web page, but it demonstrates what I wanted to show you. This is really useful for if you want to, say, have a navigation bar at the top of a page. You could simply create a X number of column table, fill it in with a darker background color, and put text in it. It looks very attractive. I'll show you an example of that later on. But for right now, I'm happy with this.